Well, wherever you are, I'd love to just land with a few clearing breaths with you. So, letting out any air in the body, taking a deep inhale through the nose, and letting something go with the exhale. And let's do a couple more just like this. Deep inhale. And biggest breath of the day. All right. So I'd love to just share a little bit of my intentions around this evening and this time with y'all. And then, yeah, I guess I'll actually start first with logistics of how this is going to unfold. So I'll share intentions and kind of what's alive for me. We'll do a little drop in presencing meditation before we fully go into the breath work. As usual, we'll have about 6 minutes of just really relaxing into the nest that you've created, just breathing naturally and landing. And then we'll get into the active breathing for about 50 minutes. And then we'll have about 10, 12 minutes of spaciousness on the other side. Oh, the cutest kitty. Someone's ready. Oh, I love it. Cool. So, yeah, what's alive for me right now is how important emoting is in my personal experience right now. I find that with the current circumstances, we continue to have less and less opportunity and space to really tap into our emotions and tap into what the body wants to speak to us right now. So I've had this really awesome, just always these epic reminders with my own journey with this same style of breath work of how clearing it is, how much it taps me into something that's under the surface that's actually impacting my experience. But while I'm going through my normal everyday experience, it's just enough under the radar to where I'm not fully tapped into it. So I really want tonight to be an opportunity to let whatever layer that we have been residing at, to that veil to thin and to have an opportunity to sink deeper into the body and into what wants to arise and what the body wants to speak. I always come back to this really powerful woman who has an amazing teaching. Her name is Louise Hay, and it's called The Body Keeps Score. And so basically, wherever sensation or tension points or pain wants to manifest in the body is a direct manifestation of an emotional tie that's actually below it. So what I'm meaning here is that if I constantly have shoulder pain or if I have a spot on my shoulder, then a lot of times there's a reason that my pain is manifesting there. We can get into, the physiological, logical of like, okay, well, maybe one leg's longer than the other, or maybe I walk a little off. Sure. But I'm going to say 90 to 95% of all of the pain in our body is actually tied to an emotional root essence. And so if I constantly have pain in my shoulders, there is what Louise Hay says, where the body keeps score, is that what this means on an emotional level is that I put a lot of pressure on myself. I take on a lot of responsibility. I may take on other people's experiences as somehow I'm responsible for it. So I want, really, the body is wanting to communicate this thing. It's actually a blessing and a teacher to us to communicate something that in our psyche is identifying to. So as I'm sharing with the shoulders and taking on too much responsibility and too much weight, if it's your feet or your ankles or you constantly injure your knees, life in the body is asking you to slow down. It's asking you to stop moving through things so fast. If you're injuring your hands or your wrist or your arms constantly, it's and the emotional connection is through communication. Am I able to clearly communicate in authentically with myself and with the people around me? Do I feel safe to reach out and connect and communicate to those in my life? So why I'm sharing this is to welcome the invitation to really listen to the body, not from a place of something's wrong or something needs to be fixed or changed, more just to create space to what is the message of the sensations in my body. What does it want to share with me if I just simply create space and offer it presence and then allow it to evolve from there? And when I believe, and in my own personal experience, when we show up in this way for ourselves, naturally the emotional tide below it has the opportunity and the spaciousness to begin to be in motion again. And I share this a lot of how I see emotion as just energy in motion. So by creating this space and welcoming these sensations in the body to be here without needing to fix them or change them, we're actually giving this emotion or this energy an opportunity to be in motion again. So the invitation is to create space with the breath, drop under the veil of what we are normally aware of in our everyday life, and sink into what the body wants to communicate to us tonight, with the willingness to turn towards what that sensation, what that emotion, or what that story is, and have the safety and the vulnerability to feel it. And I really live by the philosophy that we feel it to heal it. And in the feeling it, there's a dance, there's a polarity. One side of the polarity is we can start to create story to the feeling. It's like, oh, I'm feeling sad because, this person in my life hurt me. And my mind can play this over. Oh, someone that I love passed away. And I can get sad by thinking about that and reflecting on that. But is that really meeting what is fully alive in my experience right now? Is it really allowing what's here, or am I mentally creating something to happen in my body? So that's just a little double-clicked awareness on what you're noticing happening throughout this journey. Is there a loop that's happening? Is my sadness, is my pleasure, is my grief, is my bliss feeling like it is being held onto, like I don't want it to go away, or I'm trying to push it to make it go away? And the true dance is when we actually just meet it as it is, where it is, without an attachment of what it needs to do. And the paradox in there is that this innate wisdom of the body has an opportunity to jump into the driver's seat and actually do what it does, which is cleanse and heal itself. All right, so all of that distilled down, we're going to breathe, we're going to create space, and the invitation is to have a willingness to feel what arises. All right, well, I'd love to share in a large clearing breath with you all. So taking a deep inhale through the nose, letting something go out the mouth. All right. Well, I see most of you are already in a great relaxed place, but whatever it means to you to find yourself into even more of an inward restorative place, I'd like to invite you to find yourself even more landed inside, beginning to turn the awareness below the surface and into what's happening in the body. And I want to play with a little bit of a visualization and a little bit of breath. And what this is going to look like is imagining this central channel that we have, this central channel that starts at the base of the spine and finds its way all the way up the spine, just above the crown. And using the breath and visualization, imagining whatever comes to mind as a ball or an orb of healing, cleansing color or texture or energy that finds its way at the base of this central channel, right at the perineum, right at the base of the spine. And imagining inhales pulling this healing, cleansing ball up into the heart where it pauses. Exhales sends this ball up just above the top of the head. Inhales again, pulls this ball back into the heart where it pauses. And exhales sends this orb just below the base of the spine. And just intuitively welcoming an equal inhale to an equal exhale. There's no need to count, just trusting this felt sense of what it's like to have an equal inhale to an equal exhale. Each time we're breathing into the heart, exhaling out to one end, inhaling back into the heart, where it has a moment to pause, illuminating this beautiful space. And once again, exhaling. And continuing with this breath and this visualization, feeling absolute ease in this cleansing and clearing of this central channel, with a little extra light beginning to emerge into the heart space with each inhale that comes right into the heart. While continuing with this breath and visualization, I want to invite you to just continue to receive my voice with absolute ease. No thought needed. I'd like to call upon and welcome each and every one of our support teams from the material and ethereal worlds. This could be in the form of angels, guides, teachers, loved ones, anyone or anything we find as support and allyship in our life. Could be a close partner or friendship, could be someone we look up to, someone who's passed away, just welcoming them into our experience. Also calling upon each and every one of our higher selves to be here with us. Asking this support team and allyship to be here in service of our highest. Asking for protection of us and this space, for guidance along this journey, for what we're ready to see, to feel, and to integrate. And I want to welcome an intuitive intention to either arise from this glowing heart space or one that's downloaded from this support team. Just distilling it to one word. It could be willingness, trust, devotion, patience, commitment, love, connection. The first word that wants to arise, just allowing it to begin to find its way into your experience by saying it a few times over to yourself. Tapping into what is the felt sense of this word? What does it actually feel like in the body under the language that the mind uses to describe it? Just welcoming this energetic signature in the felt sense of this intention to be here with us, knowing it is our anchor now, throughout this journey, and as long as we choose for it to be. If you haven't already, just beginning to let go of the visualization in this breath. Each one of you have journeyed and done this breath work with me, so I trust in your awareness of where we're going into the process of how this unfolds. I'll be breathing with you to show you an example of what a rhythm and a breath to create this kind of experience can sound and look like. But know that you're going to find your own breath and trust your own intuition, as this is your creation, this is your time, and this is your experience. And I want to create the opportunity, if there is a felt sense that you really need to go to the bathroom, or you might at some point, please quick do that now. If you feel ready, just continuing to land and rest even deeper into this nest that you've created for yourself. And if all parts of the body could soften and relax, even 10% more, I welcome that into this experience. Offering an awareness into the body, being aware of the feet, the ankles and the knees, the thighs and the hips. Softening every piece and every place below the waist. Surrendering it even more into the support of the ground. Feeling a softening in the belly, in the core, in the chest. Scanning and relaxing from the bottom to the top of the back. Awareness in the shoulders. Relaxing down the arms. The wrist and the hands. And everything from the shoulders down can relax even 10% more. Continuing to send awareness into the throat space, sides and back of the neck, softening the jaw, the nose and the cheeks, eyes and the ears, releasing the brow line and the forehead, sides and back of the head. From the top of my crown to my hands to my feet, I'm completely relaxed. From my crown to my hands, to my feet. I am completely relaxed. I'd like to welcome the awareness and the perspective that there's no accidents to why you're here right now, saying yes to this opportunity. I invite you to show up to it, to see the opportunity that's being created, with a willingness to commit, to create space, and to feel what is ready to be seen, felt, and integrated. Remembering your inhale will be your energy creator. We'll call it the gas of this experience. Your exhale is the break. At any point, if it gets intense, just emphasize a little more into the exhale. If you find yourself falling asleep, bringing some more energy and commitment to the inhale. When you feel ready, we'll soften the jaw, beginning to activate inhales, relaxing exhales. Beginning to find this rhythm in this breath that we can settle into. It's safe to begin to activate the breath, to cultivate the energy in your body. Once again, represencing this intention, this one word that we've chose to be our anchor throughout this journey. Continuing over and over to come back to it, to bring it to life with the breath. This is your experience. This is your creation. It's up to you what it looks like. It's safe to breathe fully, to breathe deeply, to commit to this opportunity that's right here. Knowing that resistance will arise. And just like anything that arises, we allow it to be as long as it needs. Continuing to stay with the breath, to choose to be in the body, and creating space for what is here. You're doing wonderfully, right where we're supposed to be. If you notice tension showing up anywhere, especially on the inhale, welcoming a softening into the experience, a softening into the body. There's nowhere to get. Taking it breath by breath while choosing to be right here. Beautiful. It's safe to cultivate your energy with inhales, softening and allowing with exhales. Reminding sensation and emotion that it's safe to be here. It's safe to allow. It's safe to feel. If you found yourself fading, taking this moment to recommit. You already feel your energy moving, remembering it's safe to allow it, to be with it, to lean in. If you've drifted away from it, I want to welcome you back into your intention, anchoring back into what you're bringing to life in your being, reminding you it's safe to cultivate your energy with the breath, to turn towards any sensations or emotions that are ready to arise without needing to fix, get rid of, or hold on to anything. Staying right here, right where we're supposed to be. Letting the body know it's free to express, to feel, and to welcome what's ready to arise. Remembering there's no release in the body without the release of the exhale. It's safe to release the exhale. it's safe to create space to welcome the messaging and communication of the body, to lean in and turn towards. It's safe to express, to fully feel. Remembering it's safe to welcome sensations and emotions to be just as they are. There's nothing to fix, to get rid of. We're offering our presence, our spaciousness, and our willingness. Staying with it, staying right here. You're doing wonderfully. allowing the body to express and emotion to be free is the greatest gift we can offer ourselves. Continuing to anchor into your intention, into your breath, and into the body. And on your next exhale, I want to welcome some sound to come out, whatever tone wants to come. Continuing to anchor into the breath, into the intention that's here, creating space in the body with the willingness to lean in, with a full permission to feel, to welcome, trusting the process. only a little while longer, continuing to stay with it, to stay committed, trusting the process. Whatever is alive, I want to welcome an invitation of softening. It's safe to soften, to allow, to fully feel. We're almost there, continuing to see this experience and opportunity through. I want to let you know that when we choose to surrender, we choose to free fall from needing to hold or grip onto our experience. There's a universal support, this beautiful, unconditional love support that's just waiting to catch you. It's safe to free fall into this support, to be held, to be loved just as you are right in this moment. Want to invite another layer of softening. A permission for sensation and emotion to move freely, to express, to be right here. This is an optional song to either continue to breathe for a few more minutes. If you found yourself already feeling complete, you can begin to enter into a spacious relaxation, choosing your own discernment of what will serve you. I want to welcome presence in an honoring of the space that you've been creating within yourself. The invitation is to fully be right here. Wherever you are, I'd like to invite in a deep clearing breath. If you haven't already, beginning to enter back into natural breathing, fully being in this space you've created. Feeling this heart this body. And whatever is alive in your experience. I just want you to, in the deepest of knowings, know that you're worthy of love, that you are enough, just as you are. It's safe to rest into this truth. I want to acknowledge you and thank you for showing up with such willingness, courage, and vulnerability. There'll be about another 7 or 8 minutes of this beautiful song. I welcome you to stay